Hola, shalom, and what's up? Welcome back to my channel where I bring you the 411 as a beauty insider. First of all, I'm LuMESH. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do. This is more like being the backstage of the cosmetic world. There's controversial information and I don't know what to make of it, but it's food for thought and I wanted to share it with you guys. Let's get right into it. So I wrote a few notes. This information comes from a panelist of scientists. I love the idea of actually having scientists' points of views and facts, because what the NGOs are doing is basically warning us about ingredients that could potentially be toxic, but they're not backed by science. See, I didn't think about that. So what I'm going to be bringing you guys is both sides, some of the ingredients that have been used for decades, 50, 60, 70 years, parabens, and we are now moving into using other ingredients that we don't have as much, and we don't know if there's going to be any ramifications. I guess what I'm trying to do is figure this out with you, because it's like, let's think about it. So one of the questions on my notes is natural synonymous with sustainable or green? And if you think about it, I would assume yes, right? Because natural, comes from the environment. So what does it entail for these natural ingredients to end up in your product? For one, there's the land that you're taking away from the agricultural of food. There's water, labor, transportation, and the energy for the transportation. So all these things you're adding onto these natural ingredients. So you're actually taking away more from the earth. Think about it. Synthetic ingredients can be made in small labs. Creating synthetic ingredients doesn't compare to the amount of resources needed to produce plant-based materials, i.e. licorice extract is very popular in the cosmetic space, which is planted in huge quantities and bulldozered up, and the land cannot be used for several years because it depletes the soil. So this is not a sustainable way, not at all. We still have world hunger. We haven't solved that problem. So why are we taking agricultural land for cosmetics? So synthetic seems to be a more sustainable option in the long run. So they comment, fear is another limitation in the industry for progress of sustainable materials. So think about it. GMOs is what they're referring to. Genetically modified organisms. People are definitely freaked out about altering the DNA of any organisms, but at the same time, if you think about it, we could utilize, they mentioned in their comments, that if they could use these incredible bacteria that have been modified and combine that with the knowledge that is being gained every single day, let alone the decades that we have, they can study them more and add the enzymes that we need. So basically make things better. Don't think that natural products don't require petrochemicals, which is true. I have information leading to believe that hybrid materials are misleading, and nor are they recyclable or biodegradable. So again, it's a misconception, misinformation that is being put out there by the industry to get us to think that we're doing something better when actually we're actually doing something worse. Glass is a lot heavier to ship, and because it's heavier to ship, you got to make sure that it's padded properly so it won't break. So are you really being that sustainable by using glass? And the other thing is that there's not enough facilities for the recycling of these new materials. I'm not saying plastic is better. I'm just saying let's just think about what we're doing before we create more of a problem. Okay, so as I mentioned a little bit earlier, the question is, are eco or clean certifications reliable resources? This is the conversation. I thought that they were reliable sources, and I'm not discrediting them at all, because I need to know from both sides, and my information is coming from both sides. On another note, Revlon apparently just teamed up with EWG to bring you certified products under the Revlon brand, but the scientist commented, and it makes a lot of sense, why would Revlon, who is a conglomerate of a company that can't afford to have scientists, which they do have scientists working for them, to make sure that the products that they're putting out are safe. They're not making products that are going to hurt their consumers. I think Revlon can have their scientists put together products that are safe enough to determine that, yes, these are safe for our consumers. Revlon doesn't need EWG to validate them at all. They have the science behind them. Well, I have to say that I would rather be influenced by scientists rather than an influencer and by data that has been generated over the years, like from the NGOs. We need to be a little more open-minded to the capabilities and the innovation that bioengineering ingredients can bring to the plate. But the basis of our conversation now is to be selective and be aware and be informed, as opposed to continuously keep believing the misinformation and keep spreading the misinformation that is being spread throughout the cosmetic industry for decades. So in conclusion, I think it's imperative for me to continue my journey and interview scientists and chemists. If you did like what you saw today, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification button so you get my next video. And please share it with your friends and family. Any comments you guys may have, please make sure to leave them down below. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's me giving you information from both sides of the spectrum and giving you the opportunity to learn as I'm learning. I am fascinated by this. For those of you who are interested in hearing the panel discussion, I'm gonna link the link below. And one last thing I wanted to share with you guys is that I got a delivery. So what's in this box is a fragrance that's long in the making, brand called Henry Rose, founder and creator Michelle Pfeiffer, kudos to you. I'm really excited that she stuck to her guns. There were so many obstacles that she had to go through to create something like this. But is it really that much more sustainable? Is it that much safer? We're gonna find out, and I'll bring you the reviews on another video. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bells. Thank you guys again for being here. It's a pleasure to learn and grow with all of you guys. So thanks so much for being here. Shalom. Hasta la próxima. Peace out.